I'm here with Dr. Tom Sisk, and we are talking about Limestone County Schools. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, and thank you for hosting us today on Take 5.
You are so welcome. We're going to be bringing you different topics of Limestone County Schools, and as one today is what?
Today we're going to talk about something called the Digital Passport Initiative, or DPI. Today we're going to talk about where we came from, where we're going, what it is and what it isn't, and why it's important for 21st century learners. So let's begin with where we came from. Most schools, as you know, teachers come in, they stand, they teach, students learn, they take tests. And since the 19th century, that's been how we've delivered instruction. But the 21st century learner is a little bit different. They have different needs, different expectations. And so as we move forward, we realize that students are immersed in technology, and because they're immersed in technology, they need to know how to respond and use it. We want people to understand that these laptops are not toys, but tools. And so that's what makes our program different. We started with the elementary level, and we worked up because we wanted to transform attitudes. We tell kids before they use technology, they have to use the brain.
Don't run to that phone.
That's exactly right. So let's talk about what DPI is.
Okay.
DPI is an initiative that's curricula-based. And what we mean by that is we are moving from a traditional delivery system where teachers stand and teach to a collaborative model. We call it project-based instruction. And what happens in those situations is that students create opportunities, they co-construct things, they build things, and as part of that, they learn. They learn. Exactly. And they don't just learn from the teacher, they learn from each other.
Sense.
You know, in the traditional model, we learned that if you work with someone or you look on somebody else's paper, you're cheating.
Right.
Well, that's not the case. In the real world, we collaborate. But what DPI isn't, DPI is not an attempt to replace teachers. We still have to have the teachers in the classroom. There are a lot of misconceptions about what DPI is. One of those is that we're going to use technology all the time, and that's not the case. It's just a tool. It's another way to deliver instruction and to reach these types of learners. Another thing about it is students are still going to have to learn how to read and write and use manipulatives. And, you know, not every student learns this way. So we still have to use traditional teaching methods, and it's a blending of those two things.
It's a nice blend, too, because that way you're just not running to that laptop. You have to learn it. You have to know it first.
Absolutely. But, you know, the 21st century learner has some different expectations. We expect them to collaborate. We expect them to communicate, and we expect them to use creativity. Okay. You know, creativity has been a hallmark in America. It's one of the things that made our country great. If you think about all the patents that are held in this country, and we're only 5% of the world's population, we want to recapture and use that creativity. So it's important to understand that the DPI approach to learning is we're still teaching English, we're still teaching math, science, and social studies. Correct. We're using these tools for learning to reach a population that has been immersed and has grown up in a technological era. Definitely. And I tell you, the greatest challenge for us is to remain literate. You know, illiteracy used to be defined as one person's ability to read or write. But in the 21st century, illiteracy is the ability to learn, unlearn, and then relearn. And so what we really want to do is we want to create with this program an opportunity for students to learn how to be lifelong learners. And we do that by teaching them digital citizenship. We do that by giving them opportunities in the classroom and in their environment. And our Board of Education has invested millions of dollars to create that infrastructure, and we're excited as this program rolls out. We tell parents, if you have a concern or a question about the technology, contact your school, speak to your principal, speak to your teacher. You know, we are here to help your students become successful. And that is the goal of DPI, to create a 21st century learner with the skill set necessary to be successful in today's global market.
Important. That is wonderful. You know, it makes you guys so much different than every other school. You just have a vision, and you're going to get them there.
Well, we have great people surrounding us to do it, and that's what makes it possible.
All right. Well, Dr. Tom Sisk, thank you so much for being
with
us. We're looking forward to bringing you more of Take 5. We'll be back next time.